Hi guys. I just wanted to give a little update, background, or whatever, the story behind that trail camera that I showed you in my previous video. The whole story behind it. Um, I had two trail cameras out in two different areas before this happened, and seen a guy on the trail cam one year. Didn't think nothing of it. Then the following year, my SD card out of one of my cameras. I had two cameras out in the same area where I was hunting and where my son was hunting, probably about 4 to 450 yards away. And the one year, my camera got shut off. That was it. Well, then the next year, I had the camera at my son's blind. His camera got shut off. My camera had the SD card stolen. So then the following year, mine was shut off. His SD card was stolen. So then I said, okay, this is it for this area. I'm done messing around. And how he found where I was hunting is behind me, because I was in there a good maybe a little over 2 miles back in there. And I don't know how he found them, but he did. So I quit hunting. We quit hunting that whole area. So then, pretty close to a mile from there, up the 2-track is where I put that camera with the box on it, the security box. Now, I didn't have security boxes on those other two that were getting shut off and the SD cards were stolen. So I put a camera with a security box in this new spot that I found. We're seeing a lot of deer in that area. And we put it out in our spring trip early May of that year. And then I probably went back up. It was in a matter of a couple of weeks, because I went back up for Memorial Day weekend, and it was smashed to living. We had to go back to camp and get a crowbar, because we couldn't get the cable out. We couldn't get it undone to get it off. So finally we got it off, and you saw the camera on the kitchen table of the cabin there, what it looked like. As soon as we opened it up, that fell out. So then, fast forward to that November hunting season, I was parked where I usually parked, back where we used to hunt. I just took a walk in there just to see what was going on, and deer activity everywhere, and they were still using them same runways and that. But so as I came out to where I parked my truck, where we used to park years ago when we hunted that area, this young kid pulls up in an S10, silver S10 pickup, gets out. He says, ask me what I'm doing. I said, well, first of all, this is state land. He goes, no, I know. He says, well, there's other guys that hunt this area back here. And he was referring to me, but he didn't know me personally. He does now. And I says, oh, is that true? He goes, yeah, they got blinds and cameras and everything back there. I said, oh. He goes, then he says, I think it's the same guys that got a camera up the road that was smashed. I'm like, oh. I said, well, first of all, those cameras that were back there are mine, and the camera that's up the road that's smashed is mine. Now, how do you know all about this? Then he starts getting defensive. Well, you can't prove nothing and blah, 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 blah. And, well, he walks up to me and I said, don't come one more foot, because I says, I'm not in a very good mood. You smashed one of my cameras and you took my SD cards out of my other cameras. I says, I can't prove it, but I said, don't mess with me. I said, you better get in your truck and you better get out of here. He's like, well, I'm gonna call it DNR. I said, you go ahead and call it DNR. Then I start walking behind his truck to get his plate number, which I did get. And he starts, before all that, he starts telling me he's great friends with the DNR and he goes fishing with them and he's gonna report me for hunter harassment. I said, well, first of all, we're not hunting. I said, my gun's unloaded in the case in the truck. And I says, I know for a fact it was you, because you know where all my cameras were and you know where the other one was that was smashed. He said, well, you can't prove nothing. So he says, where are you going? I said, I'm going to get your plate number because I'm going to report you to the DNR. He goes, well, go ahead. I'm friends with them all. I said, well, I'm gonna. So I got his plate number down and I called Rob, the local DNR up by our camp, and had him pay a visit out to camp and told him exactly what happened and how he said he's going to call for hunter harassment. He said he already did. I said, oh, and he started laughing. And I said, well, here's his plate number. So he ran his plate, and he's had run-ins with him before. And he never went fishing with him. He never went hunting with him. He's never associated with this guy. They weren't great friends like he said they were. So he's like, I'll take care of it. I said, well, I can't prove nothing. That's the only downfall. I can't prove he took it, and I can't prove he smashed it. The only thing I can go by is he knew where they were. Before he even mentioned anything about the one being smashed, he knew where that one was. So granted, this is all state land. It's available to anybody to hunt. Don't get me wrong. But to go in as far as I went in on both spots and to smash one and shut them off and take my SD cards, that's uncalled for. To me, them type of people ain't hunters. You know, they're ruining it. They're giving it everybody else a bad name for hunting. So I kept my cool through it all, but you know, I didn't want to, you know, Saturday night traffic. I didn't want to really start anything, but if he would have kept coming one more foot, something would have happened. Because I wasn't in a very good mood after he's telling me that I can't hunt out there because other people are hunting out there. And then when I told him it was me, he didn't know what to say. So I've yet to see the guy again out there. Of course, I haven't hunted up that way anymore since all this happened. But to steal people's SD cards and smash trail cameras, come on, really? I mean, I knew I took the chance. I took the chance of putting them up on state land, 400 miles from home. But where my cameras are, well, they're not out right now, but where they will be, I don't really worry about them too much because they're in so far. But then again, he found these two. But where I'm at now, he won't find them. The only guys that know where they're at are the guys that hunt up there. And like I said, in all these years I've hunted up there, I've never come across somebody actually hunting, or I've never walked up on anybody that was hunting. There's so much land. But that's the story behind the trail camera that got smashed. It just baffles me that somebody would do that to somebody else's stuff. So, and I had a blind up too, and I'm surprised he didn't take that. Because when we first seen him on trail camera, he walked right by the blinds. In fact, it was like I wasn't up there for opening day week. It was when I went up second week. He walked right by my son's blind, and we got him right on camera looking right at it. Nothing happened. And I'll be damned, I deleted that picture too a long time ago when that happened. I looked all over for it in my computer and everything, and I can't find that picture. But he was a local guy, young dude in his mid-30s, from the town up there. Um, but no, I was upset. And then when he confronted me, that really lit the fire. Um, then he wanted to press charges for hunter harassment. So, but anyways, I just thought I'd tell you about that because that's the story behind the whole thing. So, yeah, it's first Saturday in August. I'm not thinking I'm going to get to camp till Labor Day weekend. Um, I am the last weekend in August. I'm going to have a sit down like I did last year with Ben from Camp Benny, going over to his place. And then I'll go up to my place for the following weekend for Labor Day. And then come October, I got invited to hunt with the guys from Flying Eagle Outdoors over in Wisconsin. So we're gonna do a bow hunt in mid-October over at their place. So that ought to be fun. I can't wait for that. So, but I just wanted to let you know what was going on and this whole story behind that trail camera box. I don't think I'm gonna use them anymore. I do have a couple still up at camp, but I don't think I'm gonna buy any more. The one that I use now still is, I know there's some guys that go in that area and trap. I've seen them before the season started, so I'll keep using that one. So, but that's it in a nutshell. I just thought I'd give you an update. So I hope everybody's having a good summer. Staying away from, trying to stay cool from all the heat. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.